James Brown has gotten a lot better since the last time I saw him, which was a year ago at the same event. I think he's gotten a lot better in the last year. His touch is better. He kind of grew into his body, so he's more coordinated.
Yeah.
And it seems like he's playing well this summer. Duke just offered, so like this will be the true
Carolina
test of
offered.
yeah, this will be the true test of Tim Anderson's like recruiting ability. Like him versus John Steyer and the Duke guys, and it'll be a good battle because I think Duke is interested. They're not taking a center in 2023. They're kind of looking for 2024.
It's also their first center offer in 2024.
So yeah, this should be a good battle. But I think James would be a great get for a college program because he doesn't strike me as a bona fide NBA guy. He's not like Kofi. He's not like not completely skilled, but I think he's someone who his game fits the college system better. He likes to play with his the basket, high post a little bit, post up, post hooks, things of that nature. So I think Brown could be a really good like multi-year college player. And I think that makes him the more intriguing in the short term compared to Morez Johnson, who I also saw, who I feel like he has the body of an NBA, like a bigger NBA wing and four. Like he's just long arm, good frame. And so that, like, to me is someone
good athlete too.
Yeah, that to me has me more interested in him, but the skill development still has a long way to go. He's really a non-shooter at this stage, which like you can't be if you're a forward or wing. And like you've brought up, like he seems like is he like a center at this point? And he kind of probably is, not like shooting or passing or dribbling. He can dribble a little bit. He really is like a small ball center. So I believe in the skill development long term and think he can figure it out. But like, I don't think he'll be as impactful as James Brown will be as a freshman, or maybe even a sophomore or a junior.
Yeah, I buy into Morez probably having a higher ceiling than James does if those areas develop, because he is a little bit of a better athlete, and I think I don't know, his ceiling is just higher to me. Whereas James probably has a little bit of a higher floor just because he's so polished. Like fundamentally, his footwork is great around the rim. Just good passer, just seems to have a really good feel for the game. Like it kind of comes easier to him. He is a little bit higher ranked right now than Morez. Two other kids we should probably talk about with that St. Rita team is Nojus Indrusaitis. He had a pretty inconsistent last couple of months. In the spring, he looked like he was an incredible player, was knocking down a bunch of shots, making a bunch of threes. And then kind of struggled a little bit after the move was announced to him going to St. Rita for high school, leaving Lamont. But I think that's kind of a wait and see thing right now. He's a talented player. If he turns into a consistent shooter across the board, I think Illinois ends up becoming a pretty good landing spot for him. I know they like him. I know they potentially want to land him if that continues to progress in the right ways. And then Carlos Harris, a point guard in that 2024 class as well, or 2025 class, I believe 2024. He's someone that they've started to scout a little bit more. Good player. He's not at St. Rita, but he's also on that Mean Streets circuit as well. So good player. I'll be interested to see what Illinois does at the point guard spot in that 2024 class, because you already have one committed, but you take two. We'll see. Does ZZ Clark hold his commitment? That's another thing that you kind of have to consider, like you said earlier, with what the future looks like for him and the Clark family and the relationship that they have with Illinois.
Yeah, Nojus, I think I just caught him on a bad weekend. Like he just didn't shoot the ball great. And from what I've heard, like that's not his game necessarily. Like he can make shots, but he's kind of a slashing, like high IQ, crafty wing. Not overly big, but like, yeah, he could definitely make it work in the Big Ten and be like I think he could be a good contributor down the line, although he might not be like Morez and James. I don't think he is like gonna take the world by storm as a freshman. No. But if he stays and develops and gets in the weight room with Fletch, I think he could be a good long-term investment.